Hey y'all, this is Anna Alexander. Welcome back to my basement for season 1, episode 7 of the series Deadwood, streaming now on HBOMax. The plague, in this case, smallpox. Again, watching it in the times that we live in now is fascinating. So I want to talk for a bit about the scene. I'm just going to call it the meeting scene. That scene and that whole sequence fascinated me for many reasons. One, okay, so we got to see who is considered important in this town. So of course we had Al there. Al was calling to order. Coy, even for being there for just a short minute of time, also because smallpox came first to his residence, he was also coming on the meeting. We had the newspaper guy. We had Tom, the other poker player guy. And then we had Saul, which I found interesting because there's other merchants in that town. If he had been left out of that meeting, I wouldn't have been surprised because he's new to town. There's many, many merchants. Could they have had at least one or two more merchants in that meeting? You know what there might have been? I don't remember. But the fact that Saul was invited to this meeting, I found fascinating. And then we had the Reverend, who was also considered important for any type of spiritual needs that the town may need during this time of crisis. I also found it fascinating because that is how any sort of massive, potential, horrible, town-killing event should have been. They got together and said, okay, what are our resources? What do we need? How do we get them? How much does it cost? Who's ponying up the money? Who can pony up the money? People gave what they could. EB was there also as the owner of the hotel. So it made sense that he was there. But the fact that they just got there, laid out what the deal was, and got it done. Now, would have things gone like that in real life? I would hope so. But I love that that scene was there. Also the fact that Al made it a point to have fruit at this meeting. Canned fruit is what they had access to because they have very little resources per se. And the fact that he was showing this is important, you are valued here for some reason, I'm going out of my way. Because he could have offered whiskey or liquor, but that's easy. He went and got something that was difficult because it was exotic to show how important this whole string of events is. Again, the subtle little details like that, I soak up and eat, especially when I see them and go, I see you. Love them, love them, love them. But it also makes me think about things not happening for the meeting. Infrastructure. You think I'm going sideways? I am kind of. Infrastructure of your world is so terribly important. And sometimes, a lot of the times, it is just tossed to the wind. But you have a location like Deadwood that's being built kind of sort of just willy-nilly, quick, let's stake some ground so they can't move us type of building. How do you feed these people? How do you get clean water to these people? How do you, where's the sewage? You know it's got to smell like total shit there. Those things are important because those will become conflicts now later on down the line when little tiny conveniences are taken away. People lose their shit and want to blame people. And if you don't believe me, talk to people who work for a garbage company the week after a big snow and that garbage day is missed and people have to wait one more week. They lose their ever-loving mind. So when you have something that's considered a convenience that is taken away, it causes all sorts of good conflict down the line. So I find little things, the fact that he went out of his way to get fruit for this meeting, fascinating. Then there was one other part. When the Reverend had his seizure, I'm guessing he might have epilepsy. I don't know, but he has a seizure very publicly. It could have gone sideways. They could have made fun of him. They could have thought, oh no, he's now sick. He must be banished. Whatever reason. And instead, it was Al that made a joke of the situation to kind of relieve the pressure and to let the Reverend know, you're fine. You're cool. Let's move about our day. Nothing else to see here. So many layers. So many layers. Okay, so really have no idea what's going to happen next, except we know that the plague is probably going to take more prominent effect. Alma's trying to get off of drugs. Good for her. Boo, it's a chore. Oh, little baby, what's a girl? Has spoken. Jane has come back. Going to help with the crew. And Seth. Seth almost died. And the funny thing was, it happened at the very beginning of the episode. And then so much else went by that just dragged me into the story. Completely forgot Seth was on death's doors, which I feel horrible about because I want to root for Seth, right? Right? I don't know, but him and Utter are now after Jack McCall, and we'll see what happens next. So I'm so glad that you are here with me for this adventure. Okay, so hopefully you've hit subscribe already so we can have more journeys together. I'm settled in, locked and loaded with the big cozy blanket. I got my water on standby. I hope you're ready to go. Thanks again, y'all, and let's get to it.
That's what McCall was writing.
All right.
So what's Seth's plan? Just walk right up to him and shoot him in the chest?
Put the fucking jerks in that bunkhouse.
So it appears like Jack is making friends in his new temporary residence. So now Jack's in this bunkhouse, sees Seth, knows I'm in shit. What's the plan?
Jack McCall.
This is his plan?
I'm done. I don't want to play no more.
Being a loudmouth cunt, I guess sometime since he's been here. Probably spoke of killing Wild Bill Hickok. Well, we're Bill Hickok's friends.
And they're out.
And if you got your head blown off sitting here with your back turned, that'd be as fair play as you gave him.
He's got more in store for him. Torture.
My plan is to take him to Yankton for trial.
Try him again.
Got a different idea.
Interesting.
Right ahead.
I don't know of a Henry Anderson in Kent.
This was took of them in the Union Army.
Here.
Do not look at her. Do not look at her that way.
Right there?
Yeah.
You definite he's in these hills?
Said he'd send for us when he got set up.
It's no guarantee your dad's anywhere near this
They're looking
area.
for their father. Oh, no.
He said he'd send for our mother.
Is that Kristen Bell?
Do you know of work for me?
No.
She can get work.
Oh,
right
no,
here.
no, 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 no.
I'll wait for you, Miles.
Find a safe place to wait, you hear?
Oh, kid, you are just a marshmallow amongst these cacti.
I'm required to be at the graveyard. The widow Garrett is laying her husband to rest.
I'd have bet a month's wages that burial would have took place in New York City.
Yeah, why is it taking place in New York? So Mr. Garrett is not being buried in New York. Why is that? Hey, Andy's looking better.
But you're symptom-free, you ain't contagious no more, and you can't get reinfected, so...
Damn his heels under my care. Stay fucking healed.
Trixie, you better move fast.
Shall I reel and stagger?
Mm-hmm.
I'll be ready in just a moment.
I can have a cup of coffee downstairs.
No, not at all. Wait in here with Trixie.
That widow ain't high.
What that whore's been telling me the last 10 fucking days about seeing the widow taking the dope
10
and your
days.
own fucking assurances. You
10
verify that she's
days.
loaded personally are both full of shit.
So it's just the two of you?
Our mother passed. Why we come from Buffalo.
They're just like preying on this poor, poor child. This is terrible.
Well, what are you gonna do while your brother works?
Work too, while we're looking to set aside if we have to move on.
Well, what do you do?
Not what you want her to do.
His home is in his father's house. And on the
Oh my God, is she naming them after her family members? Oh no, she is.
My sympathies, madam.
Not now, EB.
I must decide where to place my capital.
That fella from Montana I knew to trust won't be able to assay your claim.
Oh no, why not?
At least for the near term, I hope you'll feel absolved of those responsibilities towards my interest that you undertook at Mr. Hickok's request.
I prefer to see him through.
Realize that you and Mr. Starr have responsibilities of your own.
Are you firing me, Mrs. Garrett?
Offering you absolution.
Otherwise, I'm staying on. So, how hard are they coming at you to sell?
Stupid hard.
Mr. Swearingen engaged intermediaries to indulge me with opium. I could add, at the graveyard, Mr. Farnham raised his offer.
Under the circumstances, I'd say that's coming pretty hard.
Our stock's depleted, but we are offering a 100% discount on any item that catches your eye.
Are you now, Sal?
Our special get acquainted with those we'd like to get acquainted with sale.
So cute.
Taking care of her for Mrs. Garrett.
Much as she favors you, she could be yours.
Now you're putting ideas into Saul's head.
See if you can make those accounts add up.
Is Trixie gonna get a new job?
She's to see her longer-term employer.
I'll tell her.
Longer term. Look at you! Standing like a wall there.
He'd try to get here and couldn't. Maybe something happened to him. There's so many ways it could be, Flora. It's not much point deciding which it was.
He'd never think that, my brother.
Must be how he needs to do.
I ain't a virgin,
Okay.
if you want to know that.
Lazarus, risen.
No thanks to you.
I'm here for my belongings.
I think those are burned.
Did you turn her out?
Her brother's going to be a problem.
Fuck her brother. We'll handle the brother. We have to kill the cocksucker.
No, 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 no. No, these poor little babes.
Bill never know when he come in.
This is here. Wild Bill was sitting.
Oh, man.
A call entered from the front. As added proof for the doctors, I will take the murderer's bullet to my grave.
Been practicing that often, has he? Jeez.
Aces over eights, as I just now recall.
Sure, Captain.
This is terrible.
Sure.
This is horrible.
Do you like it?
Oh, no, did Joey pass away?
I think he's dead, Dad. Does Charlie know about Bill?
They were together, Mr. Bullock and he. They'd captured Jack McCall.
I hope that's only the beginning of what they fucking did to him.
Gave him over to the federal authorities.
Gave him over. Jesus Christ.
Mr. Bullock was struck by an Indian's axe, marked like the firstborn of Adam and Eve.
Are you drunk?
No.
He is drunk. He's high. Oh no. Oh no. I was going to say he's high on the Lord, but this is not what I meant. Oh no.
You are goddamn exhausted, and you give yourself no respite. But it also wouldn't surprise me if you had a lesion in your goddamn head, and that's what's giving you the seizures and generating your chats with the goddamn divinity.
Let me get you a place to sit away from these rough son of bitches. Hey! Do you drinking at the bar or get the fuck out of here?
Charlie figured out how it must have been. The Indian had to kill me for coming on the burial place, and maybe it'd been me too that killed his friend. And he couldn't before he laid hands on me, or the killing wouldn't be honorable. He's just trying to live, same as me, and do honor to his friend, make some fucking sense out of things, and we wind up that way, and I wind up after. That Indian saved Jack McCall's life, I'll tell you that fucking much.
I think he did for sure.
Ryan McDonald not coming. I want his recommendation. Who should assay that widow's claim?
Whose?
Swearingen's.
Very interesting. Mm-hmm.
They're nice here. And Mr. Swearingen, he's funny as all get out.
Miles is a lamb to the slaughter, isn't he? Oh my gosh, has he learned nothing on the cross-country track?
I wrote a man about coming to assay her claim, but he can't make it.
Plenty of local alternatives.
I want you to nominate someone. So if any way his work was mistaken, I'd be coming after you.
What if I decline to make the fucking recommendation?
Then you better hope whoever I find does his job right, because I'm still holding you accountable. You and I know how it is, Mr. Swearingen.
How what is?
She gets a square shake, where I come for you.
What if I come for you? You ready for that?
Obviously. Obviously.
Because being ready for me will take care of your waking hours, and you better have someone to hand the task off to when you close your fucking eyes.
We understand each other.
Oh no. Is he stabbing him? It's like gutting on him. Ripping out his eyeballs.
Well, take a look at that little girl, because she's the last thing you're ever gonna see.
He did stab him. He did stab him. Ooh. Oh.
You heard what I said about the widow.
I do find his walk fascinating.
That Joey passed this afternoon.
Oh. Oh.
Charlie, you vanished your fucking murder.
And that Bullock fellow was with me that you seem to like.
Although it occurred to me to wonder why the fuck they didn't do for the cocksucker right on the fucking spot.
Can I tell him some more tomorrow?
Sure, what the fuck you asking me for? I don't make the rules.
I have to go back to the gym. Would you want to take the girl and go? Where? I have no people anywhere. You could go to New York. What would keep you here? You want to fuck this man? Fuck him. Then think about the child.
Don't use that language with me, Trixie, or that tone.
Think of Ellen. If you took her away, you could hear her say it.
Oh. Okay, I guess we're ending there. So we have lots of good little story conflicts brewing, especially with Alma. Does she just take the offer and go back to the safety of the East Coast? Or does her pride and eagerness to not have been taken for granted, not for granted, but like her husband was killed for this land, sticking it to that man. One choice sucks, the other one's suckier. Excellent story questions. We also have Seth, who I'm not exactly sure what Seth's goal is, but I think at this point he's trying to fulfill every duty Bill gave him because he looked up to Bill. Obviously, he admired Bill. And so Bill entrusted him with some tasks. He's going to see them through no matter what. Then once he does, what's next for Seth? And now we have Flora and Miles. I don't know how long they're going to last. I feel Miles is going to die soon. He's going to die soon. The fact that Flora is the one that's kind of got her wits about her and knows what's going down. Interesting as well, because I want to see some strong female characters in the show, and we're getting them. We've got Jane, we've got Alma, we've got Trixie, we've got, oh my gosh, what's her name? Judy. Anywho, great. I like to see more, especially in this Western town. So what's going to happen next? I don't know, because there's lots of possible directions, but they're all very interesting. Thanks, guys. Thanks for being with me on this little adventure, and I hope that you join me for the next ones. We've got lots more shows to go. lots more episodes and the Deadwood movie, and I would like you there with me. So please hit subscribe if you haven't already, so you know when the next one drops. I'm also watching Outlander and True Blood right now, and next week I will be starting season 3 of The Umbrella Academy. So much to do, so little time. So thanks again. Oh, did you have your 5 seconds of joy? If you haven't, stop, take a breath, get some water. Did you eat something today? Did you stand up today, or were you at your computer all day long? This is a good reminder. Stand up and stretch for a bit. It'll go wonderful. So thanks again, y'all, and until next time.